Coming to you from Strings and Things Studio in Ventura, California. I'm Anne.
I'm Katie.
I'm Karin.
And this is the Strings Unraveled podcast.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
To January. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Woo.
Oh, I wish I had a noisemaker.
Happy 2023.
I'll insert sound effect here. Maybe. I don't think I did it last time I said I would do it. So if I remember, I'll do it this time. So it is the new year, and we have been teasing that we have something new and exciting going on. So we wanted you all to be the first to hear about this new and exciting thing. So we are launching our Patreon.
Yeehaw.
So if you don't know what a Patreon is, it's basically a website. It's also an app that you can use to support us so that we can make our podcast even better.
Also, I think as we develop the rewards for all of the ways you can sign up, we wanted to make sure we were rewarding you because all of you have been listening to us yammer on for 4 or 5 years here.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't we have an anniversary, like a landmark?
We had our 50th anniversary recently, or 50th episode. We're 50 years old.
And so you've been with us. So we want to give you an opportunity to have a little treat for being with us all this time.
And if you want to become a patron, we would love that. If you don't, nothing is going to change.
Nope.
As far as the podcast that you know and love, there are just going to be bonuses that you can sign up for if you want to. And there are different tiers of membership. You can go to patreon.com/stringsunraveled to see everything, to sign up. But I will go over our different tiers right off the bat. So for the baseline $3 a month, you can become a thank you. That's a
EWE. Who loves a pun?
So if you want to be a thank you, that is a $3 a month donation to us, and we say thank you so much for supporting us. That's just our eternal gratitude is what you get with that tier. So though that is the first tier. Above that, we have our $5 a month. You can become a high fiver. If you want to join us at the
Let's high five.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh yeah.
I was late.
If you want to join us at our $5 tier, you get a special shout out on our Instagram once a month. When the new podcast episodes go out, we will include a list of all of our patrons that we love and support and, appreciate their support. So that's $5 a month. You get your Instagram shout out plus our eternal thanks. The next up from that is our $10 a month tier. This is where things start to get a little exciting. For $10, you're going to get bonus content every month. So as we are recording this podcast today, there is a mini bonus episode out on our Patreon account. If you are a $10 a month or above member, you're going to get that. And this is going to sort of grow as we figure out exactly what we're doing with our Patreon. We are all new at this, so things are subject to grow and change a little bit. But so I can't tell you exactly what's going to be in that mini bonus episode, but it's going to be us chatting about something, and we will, it'll be fun.
It's more us.
Yeah,
more. Want more of this.
More. $15 a month, you get to be a local special. And for the local special, you get everything that we have already mentioned. Our eternal thanks, the Instagram shout out, the bonus mini episode. And you also get 15% off of all classes here at the studio. So if you live locally, if you love to take our classes, you can sign up for this tier and you get 15% off all classes. There's unlimited. Take as many classes as you want. It's just 15% off. So that is the $15 a month tier. And then the last tier we are calling the Yarn Ballers.
Yarn Ballers.
So if you want to be a Yarn Baller, you get an invitation to what we're calling our quarterly live yarn party. It's going to be hosted on Zoom, and we are going to do it once a quarter. It'll be live. We can chat with y'all. We can do some fun games or activities. We'll have, all kinds of fun stuff planned. And we get to work around your guys' schedules so that we can figure out when that yarn party works for most people. But that'll be like a Zoom party hangout thing. You also are going to get free unlimited access to our entire online independent study library of classes. So if you want to learn something that's in our independent study library, you get as many of those classes as you want, as well as the coupon code for 15% off your classes at the studio. All of the above mentioned things in all the other tiers. This is the $20, this is the top tier. You get all of those other bonus things, the mini episode, the 15% off classes, as well as the quarterly live yarn party and the free access to all of the independent study classes. So if you want to sign up for our Patreon, it is live right now at patreon.com/stringsunraveled. We would greatly appreciate you signing up if you want to become a patron of us, because that just means that we can take those donations that you send to us and we can make the podcast better and better. So yeah, that is our exciting news. We are excited to see how it, grows over time, how we change things, how, we want to make sure you're getting what you pay for. So, we're excited to see this in action. So yeah, that's our big exciting news.
That is so exciting. Yay!
So thank you all for being excited about our news, and go check it out. We would love to have you over on Patreon. Also, if you're a patron, if you download the app once you become a patron, there's sort of like a special chat section where we can post on there, exclusive things, pictures of things that we're working on that maybe we don't post other places, or it's sort of like a special place we can interact with each other. So we will hope to see you there.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this. We've been thinking about it for a long time, and I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you a little bit more. So I'm really hoping that we get to grow that connection and make this a two-way street a little bit more.
Yeah.
And just so glad that we can do this and that you guys all show up to hear it.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And with that out of the way, who wants to start with what they're working on?
Well, I don't. Katie, what are you working on?
Okay. I am currently working on a hat for James.
Ooh.
This podcast, if we want to peek behind the curtain, we are recording this before Christmas, but as you hear this, Christmas has passed, New Year's has passed, right?
Yep.
So this is going to go in James's stocking. I feel like every year now he's going to get a chunky hat for Christmas because he wears the crap out of these. Last year I put one of these in his stocking, and I was looking at it and I was like, this thing is worn out. So it is Rasta. I think this is the 4th or 5th one I've made for him. Maybe the 20th of this pattern I have made overall. I make this a lot. It's called the Big Chunky Comfy Hat by Erica Kempf Broughton. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I, like I said, have made it many times. It's like a basic sort of fun ribbed hat. 1 skein of Rasta, size 11 needles, and you're going to have a hat in no time. So, like I said, I've made it a bunch, and I would say if you do look up this pattern, I think there's errata for it, because the way it is written is different than how it's pictured in the pattern. There's a mistake, but I think that she has since corrected it in the Ravelry notes, so make sure you watch for that. Otherwise, you're going to be like me and look at your hat and say, why does this look different? So that's what I'm currently knitting. I'm using Rasta in black, just plain black. And what else am I working on? I have sort of stopped working on my frosted pumpkin, not my frosted pumpkin, my
Tell me more about pumpkins.
the what the heck is the name of that pattern that I was doing? Oh, the festive sampler.
Oh yeah.
That's
a fair substitution. Frosted pumpkin is a major movers in cross stitch.
So I have stopped working on my festive sampler, but I did pick up a frosted pumpkin one that I started I looked 4 years ago. It was sitting in my office. So I picked it up. I think it's called Here Comes Santa Claus.
He's so cute. Oh, he's so cute.
I'm trying to find
Are you the one who moved all the cross-stitch patterns up in the front with the Christmas fabric at Super Buzzy?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Because you definitely got me to look.
Oh,
whoever
good.
did that.
Okay,
but then
good.
I was like, no.
Don't start another thing.
Because stashing and making are two different things.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I'm trying to refuse to be a cross stitch stasher.
It's hard.
I'm a big frosted pumpkin stasher.
Yeah. This pattern's called Here Comes Santa Claus. It is Santa standing on a little like gingerbread roof looking house. And like I said, I've had this on my hoop for like 4 years.
Oh, he's so cute.
I know, he's so small. So I have Santa done and I have the house done. And now I just have all the like the framey stuff, like the boring backgroundy stuff to do. But that is what I am cross stitching right now. Like I said, I put aside the other one for whatever reason. I just paused on it, and it's been hard to like get myself to work on it again. But maybe
you'll
next
be in
Christmas.
the mood when you're in the mood.
Exactly. I started a pattern called Ghost Whisperer. Have you seen this?
No, tell me more, please.
It is from, let me Google it so I can tell you the name of the designer because I can't remember it off the top of my head. I saw on Instagram somebody wearing one or talking about it, and I was like, I want to make that. It's from Park Williams, and it is a very ethereal light. You knit it with like a single strand of mohair, but like on size 11 needles or something.
That's cute.
So when I looked in my stash, I had some light pink mohair. I was like, hey, that's fine. But then I found in my stash, which I looked it up. This is like over a decade I've had this yarn in my stash. Is hot green, bright green.
That's Malabrigo.
Malabrigo.
It's like Edison almost.
It's called apple green.
Yeah.
It's got a tinge more green than.
I have had these 2 skeins of Malabrigo lace in my stash since the early days of me working at Anacapa.
Wow.
Satisfaction.
I was like, I know I've carried this around and moved it from house to house for a reason.
Stash faction.
That doesn't quite work.
Stash faction. I don't know.
Satisfaction.
No.
It doesn't. Something about it's not quite
Stash
right.
faction. No.
Yeah.
No.
We'll workshop this later.
So it's a single strand of lace weight on size. I think these are 10.5 needles.
Oh, wow.
And it's been very fun to work on when I don't want to think, because right now I'm just knitting in the round for I don't remember how long.
That stuff floofs so much when you block it too.
Yeah,
that is gonna be gorgeous.
It is like almost the same color as the picture the model is wearing in the picture. This yarn is real old, so I did find a couple breaks in it that I've had to like spit splice together, but it'll be worth it.
Perfect for that yarn.
Yeah. So I'm working on that. I cast on for that a couple days ago. And then the other big project I'm working on is a secret. It's a test knit. I mentioned it when we were talking about it in our book club of what I was working on.
Oh, yeah.
I can't talk about it because I don't think this pattern comes out until
it's a Bruno.
February or something.
We don't talk about Katie's project.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have brought
in
my
our
Bruno.
Hopefully in our next episode or the one after it, I can tell you the name of the pattern.
I'm liking what I see so far.
It's a funky construction. It is a ribbed, chunky pullover sweater, and I am using. No,
it's just chunky ribbing.
No, they crisscross right there.
It's the shaping.
Just increase. It's just an increase.
It looks great though.
That's cool.
The yarn is Knit Picks. Hold on. Simply Wool Twist, which I have used for a different sweater in the past. I knit my Ursa out of this, and they call it a bulky weight, but it's not going to be found in the bulky weight section of their website because I think this is an old label because now they call it an Aran weight because they're like it's not really chunky, but it's working up perfectly as a chunky yarn, which is what I needed. And it is like a cream blended with like a natural gray sheep color, chunky ribbed, very fast. I think I'm on a 10.5. Both of my sweater projects are on 10.5 right now, but I've done the back to the underarm, and now I'm working down the front from the shoulder, and then you join it to do the body.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. So those are the 4 projects that I have that I'm working on right now. Thank you.
In late December.
Yeah, I'm sort of limiting the things that I am making this month as far as like gifts go, and also I'm putting off the next big like sweater I'm going to cast on until January. So this has just sort of been whatever fun project floats my boat. The only deadline is I want to put this hat in James's Christmas stocking, so I'll be done with it tomorrow probably. But
you with your reasonable deadlines and goals.
I know.
I have a question. Obviously, you're not working on it yet, and you'll probably talk about it next month. And so this is just a status question. Don't you usually do like a Christmas Eve cast on?
I do, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that this year. I wanted that to be Halloween, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get the yarn before that. So
fair enough.
I don't think I'll have one. It would be fun if I could, but we'll see.
That's a loose tradition anyway.
I think I want to start.
But just curious.
I want a Christmas Eve cross on.
Cross on? Ooh.
I have plenty already. Yeah, I've got plenty waiting in the wings.
The cross stitch that I'm very excited about, and I think, because if I like create a system, it's easy to be a reasonable system. I can like do discipline sort of. So I think I'm gonna do I have a temperature chart cross stitch.
Good for you.
It's from Needle and Floss. And it's just like, I think it's just like maybe a 10 stitch little thing, maybe not even. It might be like a 9 patch if you do like a half a triangle of the low and a half a triangle of the high. Mm-hmm. And so I think I could look up the week and do that like on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
And so I'm like really looking forward to it though. I have my yarn, or my floss. I'm ready to rock and roll on it. And so I'm trying not to start any other cross stitches because I should probably... Like I have something going from Halloween. I never finished Red Riding Hood. And then I joined the Caterpillar cross stitch thing this last year. And I've done none of those. So anyways, I guess I didn't succeed at no cross stitch stash. But it's small. Still small.
That's fine.
Well, I am working on the same effing things I've been working on.
If I'm going to be honest, our last podcast recording and this one are closer together
very
than
close,
usual.
Yeah.
So the things that we are working on might not be a lot different, but you know, it's a busy time of year.
Check in. It's fun to check in.
Yeah.
I mean, I have things to talk about in the next section.
Okay.
So it is the 20th of December, as we have helped let you all peek behind the curtain. And I really only have to finish Kevin's stocking because I do not have to have my stocking finished.
Nope. It would be nice.
It would be nice.
But you do you.
But I have a story to tell you that is no one's fault.
Oh.
It is an unanticipated consequence. So newly, we have the last few... has it almost been a year that we've been disciplined about putting pictures of our projects on Instagram?
Yeah, I remember.
And you always put the slide of the sound bite before for the last few months. So like if you want to see it, you got to work a little. So I'm not that worried about my sons if they, because I don't know, they could each follow us. I don't think they do. Kevin doesn't do Instagram, so I've never been worried about that.
Okay. I don't like where this is going.
But Kevin does follow us on
Facebook. Oh no!
And on Facebook it's just an open gallery.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And so it's certainly not Katie's fault for posting.
Sorry.
Certainly not. But
what's he doing looking?
It's Kevin's fault. He can look because bless his heart for like liking and looking to, you know, show
Kevin.
engagement, right? Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
But why did he have to tell me?
Yeah, keep it a secret. Pretend to be surprised like a normal person.
Have just said, I saw this on Instagram. It's so much better in person, or something like that. And his wasn't even pictured yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it was even a picture.
But he knows what the theme of the present is now. Even though I've been so freaking guarded.
Kevin.
So what if you trick him?
I've been thinking about that.
And you don't give it to him the day of, but maybe later in the day, like, oh, I forgot this in the closet.
No, he knows.
No.
Yeah. I've been thinking about subbing his present and being like,
that's what you get.
Because
that's what you get for peeking and being supportive.
He has a favorite button-down t-shirt or a button-down shirt that he
what's
loves.
A button-down t-shirt?
It's when I go to Michael's and I buy an extra large shirt and then I just
I put buttons on it.
Buttons on it. So it just looks like
Oh my gosh.
Every month you should add some more buttons. So by the end of the year, it'll be
There's
covered.
so many buttons. It's his favorite shirt. Oh, he has a favorite button shirt, which actually I've learned it's a button up.
What's the difference?
Because a button down refers to the collar style.
Oh.
When you button down the collar.
Smart.
So
Oh.
a
I
button
always wondered what the
up-
difference was.
Yeah, I tripped across
That
it on
makes sense.
Instagram.
Buttons on the collar. You button them down.
Yeah. So he has a favorite button-up shirt that is it has luchadors on it, which I think Kelly finally does not have the luchador fabric.
I think we do.
Oh, well, I found it somewhere.
Oh, I think that Super Buzzy still has it, but I don't know.
Well, there were two styles too. There's the scatter of the masks, and then I think there's another style one.
Maybe.
Anyway, I found it, and I was like, I gotta buy this because I'm gonna secretly make him a new luchador shirt. But I was also thinking of mending the one he already has because the background color is his favorite color. So I've been working on mending that, but I wouldn't have time to finish that either. So
Reasonable goals.
anyways, and I really want to get this stocking thing done.
Yes.
Because it's been
You're
looming
so
over
close.
me for 5 years. It's something my family, like, it's not a need to have custom stockings, but it's something I should have done for them a long
As a
time
maker,
ago.
you should have. Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
So you're
at
still
this
working
point.
on them.
Yes. But then, like, there have been so many things to conspire against me.
Yeah.
Like, I was just going to stay here tonight and work on it until I felt like going home. I do not have the chart that I was working on.
Oh.
It's at home. And I'm already, like, set up to do that chart, so I can't, like, even reorder things.
Yeah.
So that's fine. It's December 20th.
Okay.
I'll get there.
I've seen you pull out
Right.
greater feats
I
of
have
making.
knitted whole sweaters in the time I have ahead of me.
Yeah.
So, I'll report
I have
back
seen
if I
it done.
finish Kevin's. But I'm working on Kevin's stocking still.
How far along? Like, what's a percentage?
I am probably at 18% right now. Because I wouldn't give myself 20%. I'll show you where I am. I have his name done.
Okay.
And I'm
good.
setting up for the... I have... is that a TIE Fighter?
Yes.
Okay, I
it
have
is.
the TIE Fighter. And what's going to come next is an X-Wing and a Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
And then another TIE Fighter.
Kevin, stop listening.
Well, no, it's
By
saying-
this time, you'll have it.
It's
yeah, because
true.
like taking a progress picture of this will be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'll remember that for next year. Death Star, then Magic, the Gathering symbols.
Yep.
And then I have the Harry Potter houses. So I have like 2 big charts to do. Or I have 3 big charts.
But something about chart work feels
It's
like it
fun.
goes. It feels like it goes along because you get a rhythm of that row done.
And there's
that row
only
done.
color work in the leg, right? The foot is plain.
just go.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It's
Okay.
it's definitely the foot
can
is
do
a
it.
small hat.
You could do it.
I can. I just need to buckle it down and have no more catastrophes. Like last night I had a trip to urgent care. So, you know, just no more catastrophes, okay?
Yeah.
That's me knocking on wood. That was on purpose.
And who needs sleep?
Never gonna get it. Except work's really hard right now, so I do know I need sleep. It's fine. I'll be fine. So I'm working on Kevin's stocking. I'm working on Aurora, the Granny Square sweater still. I made some good progress. And I am working on Dante's sweater still.
Nice.
This is also thrilling, right?
I know, right? It's like deja vu.
Karen, what are you working on?
I am continuing with my Marilla mitts so that I don't have a lonesome mitt.
Yay.
I'm working on the second one, but it's like 4 inches of knit one through the back loop, purl one.
I
One through
remember
the back
you
loop, purl
talking
one.
about that. Like, I think you started these around the open house.
Yeah, and then I had to stop because I had, boutique projects.
Yeah. Well, November didn't
and
count. So
November
it's only
didn't
been a month ago that you started these.
Yeah.
Well,
What
the
size
first
heels?
one, I think these are 3s.
That looks right by the color.
And people try them on. They're like, "Oh, those are great!" And then their hands are swimming in them. I'm like, "Cause I have big hands."
Yeah.
And
No, I want your mitt.
the mitt feels
I mean,
a little
I'll
on
touch
the
your hand,
the
too.
mitt also feels like it's a little on the big side. And It comes in multiple sizes, but I like it.
It does fit.
It's a very comfortable fit.
Then it fits mine.
I don't like it when it's too tight. These are convertibles. I have a little more progress, probably an inch more progress than last time. Did I have a top finish last time?
I'd have to look at the picture. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, so I'm working on those because there was another project. I also have a what do you call it? I also have a Bruno project.
Oh, a secret.
It's a test knit for sweater with super deep pockets that come up half your body, like really big pockets.
Okay, I'm so curious. I'm pro pocket. I'm so curious though. I think when they're too deep, are they going to be functional?
These are functional
right.
because
do they have compartments?
Huh?
Compartments.
I can show you the picture, but
I guess I could show you the picture of the sweater I'm doing too. But
yeah, while you're looking that up, pull that one up while I scroll to try to find. Mine is.
It's not a fantastic picture, but it's.
Oh, I was wondering if that's who it was for.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's
very on brand.
Yes.
For this designer.
Cute, cozy.
It's adorable. I could see copying and making it. Yeah, that's adorable, but
that's a lot of pocket.
So when it's like the bottom of your purse though.
It doesn't,
it doesn't go
stops
all the way
there.
Oh, but that is still a big pocket.
Yes.
Cute.
It's
model.
18 inches up this way, but 9 inches from the side. From 9 inches from the side, so not bad. Nice. That is the designer.
You could
Tina Say.
Definitely put a textbook in there.
And it's on either DK or two finger stranded marled. It's a stash buster.
Gorgeous.
But so that I would have a consistency. Oh yeah, I like that. So I would have a consistency with it. I have half of it as stash in various colors, and half of it is one color. So it is so there's a consistent
I
thread.
like that. What was the weird shape thing you were making back in the early autumn?
Oh, the it's called like Marled Mania or something. It was a Stephen West pattern.
Do you remember her talking about that?
Kind of.
The one that was shaped like Batman symbol?
Yeah, and you had like stash yarn.
Yeah.
But you're gonna run out of the stash yarn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna run out of your stash yarn, Karin?
No,
your background yarn is what I mean, I guess.
No,
you never run out of the stash.
The background yarn I ordered, and I ordered enough extra from Farmer's Daughter Fibers. I love it. It's a pale, yellowy, peachy, beigey color. Ooh. It's like a very pale, light, warm sunset.
Ooh, like the sunset we had last night.
It was beautiful pretty. Last night.
So I'm doing a corner to corner Tunisian crochet blanket.
Mm-hmm.
With big chunky yarn on a size M. This is 2 nights worth of work.
Holy cow! That's a lot of work.
And it's 9 colors, of which I've gotten through 6.
I'm
already at the part where
corner.
I'm going up one corner while still working. But look at that.
Is it going to be oblong or square?
Rectangular.
Nice.
So I don't know if you can feel it. It's squishy and wonderful. I actually am using the Lion Brand yarn that it recommended called Hue and Me.
I bought some of that yarn for this test knit, and it was a chunky. I think that they have labeled that yarn wrong because it was way too dense.
It is pretty dense looking.
This is, the designer considers this to be bulky.
Yeah.
Not chunky, but bulky. Because it's definitely, look, it's...
Yeah, I bought it. I have a bag of it in my car to return to Joann's because it didn't work for this project.
That color I could eat.
Yeah.
That orange color.
Well, I have lots of extra because I bought the kit on, because it's going to be a class sample. I bought the kit from Lion Brand because it was really very reasonable. But then they took like a week and a half before they even shipped it or responded or anything. And I'm like, I can't wait for that. I got to start this. So, and ironically, they shipped it and then I got it like in a day.
What's the name of this pattern?
The Amber Afghan by Tony Lipsy of TL Yarncraft. I know I do a lot of her stuff.
Well, she keeps putting out good stuff.
She keeps putting out really great stuff. It's Tunisian, So it's all the simple stitch with an increase on one side, on both sides. Cornered, it goes pretty quickly. Someone says, that teal, is that all you're going to get of that? I'm like, dang, yeah, I should have chosen it. The rest
you
of the
started with your
earthy.
favorite color.
I know, it was the worst. I should have... But they only had one ball of this.
Oh.
So there are some where you need one ball, some that you need 2 balls, some that you need 3 balls. Although, I feel like the yarn estimate is way over. However, I think some of that also includes, this is supposed to have fringe all the way around.
Oh, fringe is a yarn
takes
eater.
a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
For an Afghan that is surrounded on 4 sides with fringe. Yeah. So I think when I'm going to figure out how much yardage this actually takes without the fringe.
Yeah, give them options.
And give if you don't want all the fringe, this is all you need.
Perfect.
Nice.
Kind of thing. But anyway, yeah. Because I have one thing where it said I needed 3 balls and I only needed 1. I only used up 1. And that's all I'm going to use of that one. So...
That's gorgeous.
Cool.
And what a great project you're working on. When at my end of Ventura, it was 39 degrees last night. So I don't know what it was like over for you guys in Fillmore.
I was camping this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very cold. Yeah. When I woke up in the morning, I took a Snapchat of me. I was laying in my bed. And we have a tiny TV in our trailer, which we don't use very often, but it said it was 30 degrees outside. And I was like, I'm going to lay here in bed while James makes coffee before until it warms up to a reasonable temperature. And I was watching Elf.
Oh, that's so cute.
Which was extremely cozy.
What a perfect thing to do in mid-December.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I know it's cold when the snowflake pops up on the Mini.
Oh, yeah. I miss that. My car used to have it's like a digital display, freezing. And when the little snowflake popped up, I was always very excited to see the snowflake. My new car doesn't do that, but not new car, the new to me car.
To you. My new to me car also does not do that.
Yeah, my Volkswagen did, but are those all the things that you're working on, Karin?
Do you see Merla? Oh, well, yeah. I've got some cooking things, but I think that's in the to done pile. And a few of the things are going to have to wait until January.
Well, it technically, if you're listening to this, it is January. But
yeah, it'll wait till the next podcast.
She got it.
Late January.
Okay. Well, I guess we can go into what people have finished. I finished.
Do you want a drum roll?
Sure. Thank you. I'm wrapping all my gifts this year in reusable drawstring bags that I'm making for everybody. So I have scoured my stash for Christmas fabrics, and I've only bought a little bit of Christmas fabric. But, so I'm making drawstring bags to wrap all of the gifts in. So I have made lots of drawstring bags. I don't have pictures of them, but I'll try and snap a picture under my Christmas tree of them lined up or something. So lots of bags. I made the 100 Acts of Sewing dress number 1 because I wanted a linen sort of like tunic dress to layer sweaters and just lots of layering options. And I meant to bring it with me today, but I forgot to grab it.
How do you like it? Because I have her whole book, and I have guided someone through there have been 3 experiences with it. One person we're working out a better how to fit it to her personally. Okay. The pants, and it has a kind of a long way to go on the crotch and seam, and I have a feeling it'll be the same when I attack it. I use them from the pants in her book, which I think is called Art of Sewing. The pants in the book I used for Mirabella's Halloween costume, which was it worked well, but there's not a lot of challenges in an average sized 11-year-old.
Yes.
And then I guided someone through the skirt, and the skirt turned out beautiful. The skirt was fantastic.
Made the dress exactly to pattern. I didn't alter anything because in my mind I wanted to make it longer because I assumed it was going to be a certain length, but I was like, I want it to be here. But I made the first one exactly to pattern, and it turned out exactly how I wanted it. Wonderful. The only picture I have is my cousin Claire came to visit me at Super Buzzy the other day and took this picture of me and Bobby. I was wearing the dress that day.
Cute on you, like a little pinafore the way you're wearing it. And how cute is that little kiddo?
I know, he's so cute. So it's a plain linen colored sheath dress.
I saw you that day.
Yes, and it's got pockets. It's got pockets. I wish I had put the pockets in a slightly different place. I want to move them over and down a little bit on my next one. I used Brussels washer linen, which is a linen rayon blend, so it's really drapey.
Ooh.
And the bias binding was a pain in the butt to make, obviously, like we, always. So next time I'm buying bias binding that matches instead of, because you can't see it, it's on the inside of everything. If I did it right, because I'm not much of a garment sewer, I think I did it the way the pattern wanted me to, but it worked. So next time I'm gonna buy bias tape, so I don't have to make it.
You gotta make continuous.
I did, and it was a pain in the butt.
That's how you think it's worth it.
It was only like a 2-inch strip or something. So
gosh.
folding and pressing was the pain in the butt part.
Yeah.
If it was wider, yeah, that would have been great. But it was a tiny strip, and it was annoying to do.
Fair enough. I have bought many a bias tape, even though I know how to make it.
Yes. It's also really great. It's 2 pieces, right? You got a front and you back, slap them together, put some pockets on it. So if I had bought the bias tape, it would have come together in no time. But, next time. Because I do want to make another one. I really like it.
It looks like it has great potential.
Yes, I like it a lot. I made a bunch. I mean, this is post-Christmas, so I can talk about it. A bunch of these cozies. Coffee cup cozies.
Oh, those are so cute. I saw somebody.
I love how chunky that is.
That's fantastic.
So I thought I had a coffee cup, but I don't. But it's a big, chunky coffee cup cozy with a handle.
Use my Dr. Pepper can.
Dr. Pepper can in it. And it's got a handle so you can stick your little hand in it and carry your...
you could also put your adult beverage in there.
Yeah, exactly. It works great for a cozy for a can as well.
That's cute.
The yarn is from Hobby and it's called Bungee Mini, I think is the yarn, which I would like to meet regular Bungee because this is very chunky.
This is mini.
This is the mini. The pattern is from... Let me get it open on here so I can tell you. It's called the Pillow Cozy. I saw it on Instagram and I was like, that looks cute. I want to make that. Now I can't open this. Why can't I open this pattern? Well, it'll take me a second to figure it out. But I finished, I think I made 10 of them for different gifts. A lot of people are getting these with a coffee gift card as their present.
That's a cute idea.
Yeah. So I made a bunch of these. And I finished the sweater for my aunt.
That's it.
It is done. I wove in all the ends today.
Well, that's a really shocking purple.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's very flashy. Very flashy.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
Funny.
It's very lovely.
Karin,
it's like a perfect plummy color.
I love this color. It's called Purpurus by Malabrigo. Mm-hmm. Karin was kind enough to gift me a little tag that said handmade that she got in something, which then I promptly lost.
Oh.
So I will find it eventually, but I went on Amazon and I found almost the exact same thing and ordered it. So I appreciate it, and I was like, I have to finish this. I'm ordering it on.
The saga of the tag.
Yeah.
See, now, if you ever gift anything to me, put the tag on the outside, because if it's touching my skin, I will have to take it off and move it.
It's very soft.
Doesn't matter. It's texture.
Suede, fake suede, but I put it on the inside so that you know where the front and back of the sweater is.
On a symmetrical yoke sweater like that.
There are short rows, but it's still.
Yeah. Trying to explain that to a non-knitter, how to
find
it.
I'm like, here, this is the back of the sweater. So
but
that's
noted,
done.
Karin. I will not tag or anything I make for you that goes on your neck.
Yes.
I like the idea of a tag, but I would put at the cuff, or I'd put it at the bottom side. I
was playing some super yarn chicken with this project. I bought 4 balls of Rios. I used 4.15 balls of Rios because I ran out and had to take the sleeves back a little bit and use the alternate color just for the cuffs.
Oh, that looks great.
So it's slightly darker on the cuffs.
It looks like a design feature, though.
Exactly.
It looks purposeful.
I was like, I could take out the bottom ribbing and do the same thing. No, I'm just going to finish it.
Stop it.
So I tried so hard to make it work. I was like, I could shorten the body, but I was like, just do it. I'm just gonna finish it the way that it is. It's fine.
What a reasonably priced project.
Yeah, if you could totally make 4 balls of Rio work. This is the large size, so I would need more. But for like a Malabrigo sweater, it was great. I got the yarn at Fabric Town, I bought all that they had, which was 4 balls, and then I had to order a 5th one. That's why it didn't match.
Wildly different.
Yeah, it was very much different. And that was my fault, because I said, send me the darkest version of this color you have, because I was like, if I need to use it like at the bottom or something, I don't want to get like a really bright colored one.
Right. Well, also you'd been already engineering the fade,
right. It sort of goes light. I had one ball that was significantly lighter than the rest of them. And I have one other finished project, which is in my purse, so I have to go grab it from my office, but I will let somebody else start talking now. So those are the things that I have finished.
Okay. Well, I'll start talking about what I've finished.
Okay.
So, what is that term when you should be doing something else and you make a craft that's unrelated to the thing that you need to do? I think they call it craftination. Or procrastination. Procrastination.
Oh, okay.
So, last week, I made my son something he did not ask for. But last week was like all themed Spirit Week, dress cool stuff. Mm-hmm. And Mirabella she grabbed a hat. She grabbed a Santa hat at the dollar store. And Donna was like, oh, is this for me? And I was like, oh, we didn't think of anything for you. So Bella was working on her handmade gift exchange thing one of the weeknights. So we had to go to Michael's to pick up something she needed for stuffing. She needed stuffing for her project. Gee, I wonder what she's making. So I was just hunting around in the yarn aisle and I found this earlier in the day I had been poking around at Ravelry, and this is a Christmas tree knitted hat.
It is so fun.
I think that's all it's called on Ravelry. I'll have to look.
That is so funny.
It's so fun.
He has a big head like his dad.
I was gonna say, this is a huge hat.
Yeah. So I
love the ornaments.
The pattern is written for 72 stitches at 4 stitches to the inch, which is actually still kind of small for an average hat. But it's a 14 stitch repeat. So I had to I needed to add a full 14 stitches, which wasn't that much at that gauge for his head. So I knew it was going to work, and it fits him fine.
That's so funny.
He has an enormous head like his daddo. So this hat knitted up in 2 nights, and I grabbed 2 balls of this green Bernat. I think it's just the Bernat Chunky. Mm-hmm. That used to be like 130 yards, and now it's 108.
Oh, I changed it up on you.
Yeah, and which is fine. The pattern does not have an actual yardage requirement. It has like a best guess. So Mirabella was using this white fuzzy yarn for her project, and in the midst of it that night, she's like, "Oh, I'm done with the white yarn. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, perfect timing. It'll be the pearl ridges. So it's knit ridges, pearl ridges, knit ridges, pearl ridges. So it looks like a snow on a Christmas tree." And then the other thing I saw on Ravelry, I swear to God, I work during the workday. I promise.
Sure.
Was this puffy crocheted star.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a little yellow yarn in the donate bag, and I reeled off some of the yellow yarn, and then I had bought some gold thread at Michael's while I was buying this yarn I didn't need. And made this little crocheted puff star.
That's very cute.
For the top of the tree. And then lots of people have decorated this tree with all kinds of things when you look at it on Ravelry. So sometimes people buy the tinsel pom-poms and sew them all over. Bells, other tiny, like mini ornaments. At Michael's, I could only find these little plastic like ovals. And then we went to the Dollar Tree the next night, and I found a bunch of funny colored pom-poms. And we found some perfect size bells. So I let Dante choose. He's 14. He said, heck no to the bells.
You gotta wear it on your head. Yeah. That could get annoying.
Do you want to jingle all day, Dante? No.
He doesn't want to jingle all the way?
No, he did not. And it's not like he's a retiring flower. It just was not. Yeah, it's just called Christmas Tree Hat Adult. And it was in the top 20 patterns.
So cute.
This week on Ravelry. And so I would like to put the little color gems on each tier going up to the top. But for now, this is finished. I got 3 tiers of gems.
Did you hand sew them on with like needle thread?
Yeah. They're sewn on one at a time, knotted off each. So I was proud I got 3.
I think I would get like some pony beads and like knit them in.
Yeah, you should do that. And I should have done that. But it's a small hole, so and also at the time I was starting it, I wasn't sure what decoration he wanted.
Yeah, that makes sense. You just start it and decorate it later.
Yeah, and it would have been cute.
You could also like just hot glue them on.
That's true too.
You know?
Yeah. It would be cute with nothing. Because it was already a cute hat. He was very excited that I was making this for him impromptu.
So the original pattern doesn't have the star on top. You added the star.
I added the star. So
it kind of needs the star. I mean, otherwise it's just a tree in the forest.
It's very
Christmas
cute
tree.
when you look on Ravelry. All the other things people have done. You could cut out a felt star.
That's true.
There's a ton of very cute things. The designer improvised it off of someone else's like baby hat, so it is like a riff off of a baby hat, just sizing it up. But he wore it on Dress Festive Day, which was Thursday, and then he wore it on Friday again, just for fun.
Nice.
So I did okay.
Oh yeah,
I love that. That's super cute.
It's very cute. But probably we with normal size heads could get away with the 72 stitches.
I want to make one of these.
It was fast, Katie. Scrap the black hat.
Yeah, he'll wear that.
I'm sensing no.
No, I want to make it for me.
Okay, got it. So, when Karin was making her mini Nantucket bags, it's the perfect little purse size.
It is.
So I went to Super Buzzy a couple weeks ago, and I was just going to make one because I like the vibe of... I know you didn't buy Halloween fabric for yours, but I like the vibe that it's autumnal and Halloween-y.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, this will be fun for like a Halloween-themed bag. So I picked up...
I like the quilting on that one.
Spooky Little Darlings.
Spooky Darlings.
Yeah, Spooky Darlings from Ruby Star. And this one's Koi Pond.
I love that.
And there's like 100 cute... I mean, there's a limited number, but every one of them's cute. So how do you choose just one?
Yeah.
So because they're 42s, I was able to use the extra 2 squares as the D-ring things.
We almost have the same strap. I also have an orange strap.
Yes, yours.
I mean,
is
not
nicer,
that one.
though.
The other.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you have a nice little leather strap.
No, I ordered that one. I do like the leather strap.
Those are real cute.
Thanks. So I did something a little different, which I imagine
you
were
your
thinking
hardware.
about doing differently. I have.
What'd you do on the inside?
What is
Did you
this,
improve it? Because I
copper-colored?
think you're going to tell me what you did.
Well, I couldn't handle the raw edges.
The raw edges
inside.
do make
I
me a
did
little
leave
nuts.
the zipper raw because I just wanted to get it done.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree with you. That
So
was the one thing
just
that I wish
cut-
I'd taken the time to do. On my
I
next
just
one, I
cut
would.
binding. It's not even bias. It's on the straight, and I just covered
That's a
the
great way
edges
to
of the box
finish it.
bag. And it's
Yep.
cute.
I showed someone today at a knitting lesson how to do that, and she's like, it ups the game.
Yeah.
You're right. The raw edges do bother me a little bit, but if I throw stuff in it and use it,
You'll
see
never.
the raw.
I know.
won't
That's
see
why I
them.
left the zipper too. It's like I'm never gonna see that. I did. You wouldn't call
I
this
just
quilt
love
in
that
the
you're doing
ditch.
something that I
You would
did
do
because
it.
that never happens.
Oh, I admire a lot of the things you make. Like the
No,
basket.
but enough to actually make it is another thing.
Well, the time. There's not always time.
Yeah.
The basket that you're offering in the next class schedule. Hey guys, new classes are out.
Oh yeah.
That is so flipping cute.
That's by Minky Kim, and she has a website called Sewing Illustrations, and she's got so many great things. Yeah.
So these are my mini Nantucket bags.
Cute.
They're real fun, real cute. You should maybe think about offering it again. I don't know.
Hey, look, you got 2 more samples.
Yeah. Yeah, I would lend these to you. And then I did crisscross on the quilting that you were just admiring.
Yeah,
Sorry for
I
the
like
noise.
Yeah, the other is like you stitch just
Either
same
side
amount
of
on
the
either
other
side of the.
Yeah, like a 1/4 inch from
That's
the...
like my-
If it were stitched in the ditch, but a 1/4 inch off.
That's like my favorite way to quilt something like quick and dirty because
Yeah.
it looks nice, but
Yeah.
it's so easy.
Yeah.
Just line up your presser foot with your seam and go.
And then I did a crisscross because I was thinking of skull and crossbones for the
Yeah,
Halloween
love
one.
it.
And it's not perfect.
But I love those
But in a
colors.
passing, if I don't let you
Yeah.
focus on it,
Don't
it
look
looks
at it.
really well
No,
done.
wait. Even sitting on a table, it looks fantastic. There's so much with the fabric going on that anyone who
Don't take a ruler to that.
Are you putting this in a show?
Never.
No, it's useful.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun to make
Never.
something that's not even for a class or anything?
No.
Just
yes.
for fun.
Yeah, it was.
Just for fun.
Because it was a small attendance at drop-in this last weekend, and on Sunday I just decided to leave my sewing machine up because it's quiet. The newer the machine, the quieter it is. And I only had the last few things to do on these Nantucket bags. And so they're looking at it and they're like, so how many of those are you making for yourself?
As many as I want.
All of them.
On Sunday, I saw that out, and I go, that kind of reminds me of my Nantucket
Well, yes,
bag.
that is what
Not
it is.
my Nantucket bag, the one off of Moda.
You
But
can call it my.
But
I find it interesting that some places are selling that pattern. When I Googled it,
you can get it free from Moda.
Yeah.
And it's a really well done thing. Yeah.
So the other thing, I found this bag on Pinterest. It would not be easy for me to describe the resources, or like the website. But it's like all those cool Japanese sewing videos that just like quickly show you how to do the thing. Some of them give you measurements, some of them don't. Yeah. This one is very good. It gave me measurements, and if you watch it carefully, you will get all the steps. So it's a 2-compartment small purse. It has 2 zippers, and then in between the 2 pouches, there's a pocket.
Great fabric.
So I felt festive, and I made a really cute little Christmassy one.
Oh, rickrack is so cute.
I know.
So
I love
added
it.
the rickrack since you guys saw it
Yeah,
last.
That little bit makes a difference.
So I've made a second one. I finished one purse. It's all about December, and then I've made one for January. And I'm going to see until I'm bored. I'm going to try making one a month.
Mm-hmm. Look how gorgeous that gold. I'm not usually a fan of gold hardware, but I am not
that drawn to gold usually either.
That goes with the fabric. It is spot on.
So I found a black background and gold and kind of cream snowflake fabric.
Metallic.
This uses 3 fabrics. There's 2 outers, and there's like one of the 2 is more prominent, and then 1 inner fabric that's the lining, but it's also on theme.
Oh yeah.
But it's quieter. It's snowflakes on like a.
The zipper is sparkly.
Well, I found that it's a regular Wright's zipper that they happen to have 2 of it.
Okay, but the fabric, the zipper tape itself is gold sparkle.
Right? Yeah, it's fun. Couldn't find 1/2-inch gold D-rings readily available, but I bought what I could find. I got gold metallic. Magnetic snap. So things I learned between the 2. One, when you join the 2 pieces that create the secret center pouch, you do it first like a small little rectangle, and then you're supposed to sew it up close to the zipper. But because I was watching the video and then doing my usual bad habit of like, I get this.
Yeah.
I did not notice that you were supposed to do that second closing of the pouch. Yeah. And so it looks so super sloppy and gross. Then this weekend I finally did that little bit of sewing, and now it's like, oh, this is very like much more functional and reasonable. The pattern uses like a small piece of vinyl for the flap that closes everything. But I don't want to do that because it was like another chance to use the contrast fabric.
Oh yeah.
So I only interfaced the first time I did the flap, and it's very like flimsy. I also forgot that you have to put the little stupid backing on the magnetic snap, otherwise it tears the fabric.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I had to redo that. That I redid the second day because you can't even use it because it will destroy the fabric. But I figured out you have to like quilt or reinforce this flap.
It's like a bag.
Otherwise you can't like grip it to open it because the magnet's like way stronger than the fabric.
Which if they had you using the vinyl, that's a non-issue
because the vinyl's sturdier. Yeah. So I put the little piece of rickrack to kind of reinforce where you grab for the snap so that
you learned a lot.
Yeah. Then the most important thing I learned was make sure when you put the frickin' zippers in that the heads of the zipper goes in.
That would make me crazy.
I did not see that. Oh yeah.
Which actually I don't mind.
You got opposing zippers.
You don't hate it.
But this time I was very conscientious and made sure my zipper heads are on the same edge.
That's so funny.
Karin,
let me know the next time you want to make something with a zipper. With magnets.
Okay.
Because I have the kind that are just 2 magnets that have extra that you sew in, and they just.
Okay, I want to know more about that.
I bought them thinking I'm going to make a bunch of these things, and they've been sitting for 2 years. Okay, that was just before. Well, it was pre-COVID.
Well,
so yeah.
On the second one, the other improvement I made was I quilted I added more fleece because the sides of the bag are iron-on fleece. But the flap, because she was using vinyl, I had to like wing it on that. So I used a scrap of fleece and I quilted it.
I like how
puffy it's so much better functionally because it's just so much sturdier.
It's solid.
So I'm gonna do something like that. It's a like a rounded corner rectangle that you fold in half. And so I did the fleece the same size, and I think that's too much. I think I'll do one layer of fleece because now it's a double fleece, and that's why it's puffy, which is cute.
Yeah, but it looks like a little pillow.
Yeah, which I don't necessarily want on the next one.
Yeah. You could also use, like, what is it, like 809 Pellon, which is flat, and it's pretty sturdy. So it's almost like more papery feeling than fleecy. Okay. So it would give you the sturdiness, but a little bit more crisp shape.
Yes. Oh, that might be good.
I think it's called 809 or 909. I can't remember.
I think the stitching is key, too.
Yeah.
To, like, reinforce where the magnet closure pulls on the flap when you lift it.
I have... sorry, I didn't want to...
No, it's okay. You have
I have a number of notes to circle back to. The thing that I had to go get out of my purse.
Oh yeah, it's still your turn.
My hands are freezing in the morning when I get into work. It's super buzzy, so I was like, I need fingerless mitts, and I scoured my drawers at home and couldn't find a pair. I could find one of a couple of them, so I was like, I just need like a quick and dirty fingerless mitt pattern. So I found a pattern on Ravelry. They're called 50-minute fingerless gloves.
Oh, those are cute.
They are. I used.
Enjoy.
What is this yarn? Extra.
Well, these are strong though.
Oh, your little magnets.
They're good. I'm sorry. Carry on.
No, that's okay. Blue Sky Alpacas Extra is the yarn that I had in my stash.
I love that it's called Extra.
It's a wool alpaca blend, which I have a matching hat in the same colorway. And you crochet it with like a size H hook, and the pattern didn't lie. Maybe it took me an hour. 50 minutes maybe was generous, but they were very, very fast.
They're cute.
Thank you. Quick and dirty.
Can I pet your hand?
Yes, please.
Oh, they're very soft.
The name of the pattern for the cozies is from Mrs. Moon in Heaven on Etsy, and it's called the Pillow Cozy, and there are different variations of the pattern. And then we talked about that weird shaped thing that I was knitting. I figured it out. It was called Parachutey.
Parachutey?
Yeah.
Okay.
The weird shaped scrap yarn project that I ran out of background color on. So it has just been sitting.
Well, that's very reasonable. It ran out on you.
Yeah. So that's my catch up. Those are all the things
Thank
that
you.
I wanted to mention.
I thought you might have bag making notes because you make so many more bags. Yeah, so these snaps are kind of fun. It looks like they have room that you could sew around them if that was your intention.
So what you would do is you would sew them, if I may. You would sew them, they'd be invisible.
So maybe you sew it to your interfacing?
Yeah, you sew it to the interfacing, like it would be here, and the other one would be like, if those were, if you had like a lining there, and they would go there.
So all right. Well, I'm going to try that on the February bag. Thank you. There you go. And that kind of helps because one of the things, like, it's hardware land is fun, right?
Yep.
So I asked for your recommendations of where you like to get hardware. Katie had 2 suggestions of
Zip It, Zippers, and Sally Tomato.
Sally Tomato is like real fun.
They have great stuff.
Yeah.
Good products.
Yeah. Like in so many metal colors.
Yep.
Oh, so cute. But then I was reminded of Wawa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I was
checking out Wawa, and they have a lot of good stuff too. But I'm good for a little while.
I like Emmeline, but I have to save up for Emmeline.
Save up? Okay. That's why I'm like, you didn't get your suggestion.
They're Canadian. Well, I was in the middle of stuff.
It's fine. It's okay. Really, I wasn't hurt by it. But I was just curious. Because I know that you guys have some like favorite spots to find the really cool hardware.
There's one more.
I'm going to find it. Zippers is definitely my favorite place for zippers.
There's one more zipper place. Hold on.
Yeah.
And
Zipper Valley is another one.
That's the other one, Zipper Valley. Really, I like Zipper Valley for different textures, different unusual color combinations. They have great different colored hardware.
Is Emmeline where you get like all that cool rainbow metal? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right, cool.
And like the whole range of stuff. And I have next time you need like 1/2 inch, like I've got whole boxes of like the triangle shapes instead of a D, like if you like for your strap, if you instead of this D ring you had it's like a triangle with a hole. And then I have other
Well, I'll
rings,
tell
too.
you what. I'm very
Not
tempted.
in gold, though.
Well, I'm very tempted by the Sally Tomato sets that have the whole set of matching metal.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you what, finding the gold tones when you're just buying piecemeal at different, fabric stores, hard to match the right gold. Some of it's bright gold, some of it's like
antique gold.
Yeah. Ugh. But check out this cute little what do you call that?
Clip?
Clip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clip is
Very
cute.
This clip came from Daiso.
Nice.
Isn't that
Love
cute?
Daiso.
See, it was watching Kaity make bags is when I'm like, wow. Hardware is the jewelry of the bagware.
I love making bags because I like all that stuff. Like I like the zippers and the hardware and like the construction of it. Like it's so fun to see it all come together.
You can never have too many. They all serve
I want
functions.
to, like, my purses become boring, but it's stupid to spend so much money.
Yes, to have options.
Yeah, so this is my challenge for 2023 is like have a little fun. It takes this particular bag, I'll probably want to change things up at some point, but right now I'm still entertained by it because I'm still like working out the kinks of it. It takes 1/3 of a yard of each of the 3 fabrics. So for a yard of fabric,
not bad at all.
With leftover, of course, but that's like right for the dimensions of everything. For a yard of fabric and a little indulgence in the seasonal fabrics, I'm gonna have a little fun this year.
Yeah, I think that's a great plan.
I realize I have stash bags that are in process. Some of them are kind of blingy.
Ooh.
New year.
Yeah, treat yourself, Karin.
Well, no, they're already. I treat myself by finishing them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I say this every year for many years running. I'm just gonna make the things I have in my stash, and then I immediately like go heavy in buying something new. But I ran into somebody who I had heard through the word of mouth had bought like 1 skein of yarn this year, but had finished like 23 things because she focused on her stash. Wow. And the discipline that took is just so impressive.
That's crazy.
Karen's already nodding off. But where was she getting her dopamine?
Yeah, in the finishing of the things.
I guess that's delayed.
Well, she didn't buy any yarn this year.
Yeah, who knows what other things she enjoyed.
I feel like it's about...
But it's still a very inspirational thing to hear.
It's as much about the planning as it is about the actually doing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's just like if you give a mouse a cookie, there needs to be, if you give a crafter a piece of yarn, she's going to want a bag to go with it. And then she needs the bag, she's going to have some hardware. And then if she wants to make this other thing, she's going to need...
And you know what? Her friend would like one too.
Yeah. See, we need to write that book.
Yeah, right. That's funny. I like it.
What have you finished, Karin?
What did I finish?
I don't know.
You tell me. I finished food.
Yeah.
Tell us about the food. I like food.
Well, speaking of some food,
do you have food
I still
here?
have some. I still have some of my. Okay, so a year ago, more than a year ago, well, a year and a half ago, actually, I decided last year I was going to make some Christmas puddings, steamed Christmas puddings. You know, like British bake show style. And so I got myself. And I wanted to make more than one because if you're going to go to all the time to booze soak some fruit, you need to do more than one. So I got a lot of fruit. I got a bottle of Frangelico, and I had more fruit than I had Frangelico. So I'm like, well, hey, let's add this bottle of Irish Baileys. So, and then last year never came and went. And I never had time to make them, and I'm like, okay, I should make them sometime this summer. You know, fast forward to last month.
This year
November.
feels like 1 minute long.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure you can, because wasn't James's chunky hat like greenish?
Yes, it
last
was.
year. Didn't you just? That was 1 minute ago.
Yeah. No, now it's black.
No.
Yeah, it changed color.
So I test the fruit. It is freaking delicious and still really good. I was checking the throughout. I'm like, well, it's got so much alcohol. It's very well preserved.
Yeah.
And so I made over a course of a week, many nights over the course of a week after Thanksgiving, every night I was making one of this. I make it in an Instant Pot, so it's not like steaming for hours like it normally would be. But I have some steamed British pudding, Christmas pudding. You had a little bit.
I had some. It's very good.
So it's not like a fruitcake. People think of fruitcake, and fruitcake has a bad rap. Sorry, this is plastic wrap. Yeah. But it's amazing. The booze is probably mostly cooked out.
I don't know.
The alcohol, it steams. It's under pressure for, it's about an hour. It steams for 15 minutes, and then it's under pressure for 45, and then you have to let it take another 45 minutes to naturally, deflate its energy, and then it has to cool, and then you wrap it up, and really it needs 5 weeks ideally to get all those flavors in, but it's close enough.
It's very flavorful.
Can you smell it?
I cannot.
The pho from earlier is
it's permeating.
But you had it open all day on Saturday, and it made this room smell amazing.
If I could give everyone just a bite's worth.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, Karin. I was talking to James about Christmas pudding the other day and how disgusting I think that sounds.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's delicious, but
bread pudding is one of your favorites, right?
Yes.
This is not that far off from that texture.
Chocolate chip bread pudding is my favorite.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but anything with like fruitcake adjacent, like runny,
I would like a
fruity,
second piece.
Yes.
It's not runny. You should take just one.
No, this is more like a very
and then
moist
lie
cake.
if you don't like it, because it's good.
Okay. What else? So you made Christmas puddings.
Christmas puddings. What else did I make for food? I can give you I can give you a bigger piece if you want one. I can give you a smaller piece.
Honestly, I am really okay, and I appreciate you sharing.
I can give you nothing, and you'll be just as happy.
I very much appreciate you sharing your bakings with me.
The other thing. Okay, so back on
it's very good
on the cooking thing. I made a French onion pasta bake, and it was so amazing.
Okay, where's that?
Yeah, that I'll eat.
That was from Half Baked Harvest. Everything I've made from Half Baked Harvest website.com has been fantastic.
Right.
The family I made, it was supposed to feed 8. There were so many people went back for seconds that there were no leftovers.
Love that.
And I had to set portions aside because some family members were not present for dinner, and so you're sauteing, you're caramelizing about 2 to 3 onions in butter and wine, and of course I had to do duck fat because that makes it amazing. And to that you're adding, like I added mushrooms because half the family likes them, the other half they were small. I cut them thin enough that they wouldn't be like getting chunks of mushroom. But you mix it.
I love mushroom. You never have to diminish mushroom if you're cooking for me.
You mix that, and it's got garlic, and it's basic, and whatever what they call your shortcut pasta, which I use penne. With that, you have half and half, some chicken broth, lots of some gorgonzola, and lots of Gruyere. And some of it gets mixed in, and a lot of it gets topped. It's supposed to be, it says a one pot creamy French onion pasta bake.
Yep.
And it was amazing.
Yeah. That sounds delicious.
I just cooked it. They said if you need to put it in a casserole dish, but then that totally gets rid of the whole one pot thing.
Yep. Yeah.
So because I made it in my cast iron, because you do bake it, so then I put it in my cast iron. I made the whole thing in my big cast iron Dutch oven. That way I could just transfer it to a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes.
Nice.
Their timing of what they say things prep, though, are very, very short. They are not...
It's not authentic.
You know how, like, sometimes we have the time that it takes us to make something, and then there's times to
class
make...
time.
Class time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to put that in. They need to say, how long would would it take a non-chef to prep? Just doing the cooking, just adding up their math, their own math did not add up to what they said.
Not cool.
I'm like, okay, come on. That's just...
Your treatment of the mushrooms reminds me of like a few months ago. Oh yeah, it would have been like late May 2020. Bella and Kevin were on a trip together for her school. And so we took that as an opportunity. Dante had been begging me to make beef stroganoff which is something my mom didn't really like, so she didn't really make it. It's not something I'm familiar with, but it always looks so like creamy
I
and
love beef
delicious.
stroganoff. It's
yeah,
like
like
a comfort food.
It's a
super
super
comfort food, right?
Yeah.
But Kevin's experience of it is dehydrated on Boy Scout trips.
Oh yeah, that's not.
So he is not a fan.
So he has like the hamburger helper version.
Yeah, so he like never. He's like, no, I hate beef stroganoff. It's the one thing I'll put my foot down that no, we don't eat in this
I
house.
love beef stroganoff.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, oh, so.
I'm sorry he was traumatized by beef
So
stroganoff.
it's my 2 sons and me, and Alexander has gotten better as an adult, but he's still a picky eater. And so this is a special meal for Dante. So I needed him to do something in the kitchen, like maybe wash something that had been used the night before. And he said, I'm making a really special dinner. Can you make sure da-da-da is done?
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't actually being conscious of the fact that he doesn't like mushrooms, because what a dumb thing to not like. Sorry.
I hate mushrooms.
Half the
sorry,
fam-
Katie.
no, there are people are not ambivalent about it. They either love it or they hate it.
Well, sorry, but
I
love
I
them.
hate mushrooms. I'm the
so
only
you
one
can-
in my family that does, because everybody else like absolutely loves mushrooms, and I
you
wish
have
I
a hard
did
life.
because
Is it
they're
a
in
texture-
everything.
It's a textured
Yeah.
thing.
No,
huh?
it's an everything thing.
It's an everything thing.
But when James makes something with them, he keeps them very large, so it's easy
You
to pick
see
around
them.
them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's sweet. But he doesn't leave them out. He's not that
No,
sweet.
because everybody else wants. And
Yeah.
I've told him, I'm like, I don't care. Put them in. Like, yeah, that's fine.
But don't be offended when I pick around
Yeah,
them.
I give them all to him.
Oh, yeah. Well, see,
That's
that's
fine.
It's like Jack Spratt and his wife.
so I make this recipe. It was pretty easy. It was like a ground beef based. It wasn't. I'm good right now.
Okay.
I want more later. Karen's steamed cake is very good. So
Mostly because
I-
it's loaded with booze still.
I bought extra mushrooms,
oh,
and I did them up because mushrooms shrink
they
so
shrink
much.
so much, and then you're
So-
disappointed.
Dante's like hovering over this dinner, like he can't wait. He's always been wondering how good is beef stroganoff. And Alexander comes out and he's like, "Oh, I thought you said you were making a special dinner."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I put extra mushrooms in it."
It's special to me.
So I have made it one time. Alexander's like, "Can't you just use a cream of mushroom or something?"
Oh, no.
I found another easy recipe that you could do without the mushrooms, and I just saute the mushrooms and put them over Dante's and mine the next time I did it.
Sprinkle them on.
If you want like quick and dirty, the like flavoring packet, it's like a McCormick's flavoring packet. You just follow that recipe on the back, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious with some egg
And
noodles.
I subbed because Dante is definitely lactose intolerant.
Okay.
So I subbed the sour cream for lactose-free Greek yogurt.
Oh, that
and it
sounds
was
good.
It was very good because I think that was
Substitute.
even like a little richer because of the thickness of the texture.
Also, I think Greek yogurt is usually a little bit tangier too, so you get a little more
I liked it a lot.
flavor.
That's
Alexander
a really good
was
substitute.
disappointed.
Oh well. I think James has made it also with cream cheese, but I mean that is lactose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, see, there's so many things that are really perfect for egg noodles,
Yes.
and they do not have a gluten-free egg noodle.
Oh.
I've looked all over. I can get gluten-free orzo. I can get gluten-free every
It
other
seems
kind
like
of pasta.
something that you should be able to get because it's made with eggs, right?
Yeah.
You would think so, but for whatever reason, they don't make. I wonder if because they feel that many people who are gluten-free also have problems with eggs, but a lot of us don't.
Yeah.
A lot of us have no problems with eggs.
I
And
love
I
egg
don't
noodles.
know what it is about the egg noodle that they can't make a gluten-free version. I bet I can find a recipe for it because I always have to find something for everything.
Yeah, that
What's
is
the
annoying.
big flat Thai noodle that's like an egg noodle? Isn't that
Oh,
rice
like
based?
It's wheat-based.
Oh,
Bummer.
But they do have...
that drunken noodles are. made
Yeah.
with.
Oh, they do have a rice
Or like a
base,
pad see
something.
you kind of noodle.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I saw this one recipe that online from a gal that I follow on Instagram. It looks so good. No, maybe on TikTok. Anyway, it's like Sue Girl 1, SOO Girl 1. She said that next time you go on if you have a bender and you just need something really quick and easy, she uses, she makes this egg dish in her pan, but she puts a rice paper wrapper
I saw
in
that
the bottom.
on on Instagram. It
Oh,
was a
yeah,
reel.
I've seen that.
And it looked pretty delicious.
It's like a breakfast sandwich, but I know because it's a rice wrapper, which I always have in my house because I never know when I'm going to make a...
Like a omelet or a quesadilla where the tortilla was the rice paper and the cheese was the egg part.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that
I
looked
seen
good.
that.
I totally want that. So anyway, I didn't actually accomplish too
Well,
much.
again, these episodes have
They
been
were closer
recorded
together.
very close together.
They're
Yes.
closer together, yeah. So anything that is finished, I think, is a
During the
total
busiest, craziest time of the year.
win. Yeah.
So-
Who wants to talk about what they are excited about? Any obsessions this month?
I have a couple.
Okay, tell me.
So I found this girl on Instagram who makes hand-stitched bags that are like Hermes quality.
Oh, Hermes.
Yes, Hermes. Thank you. What are you, the French one?
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, the fancy one.
Her, and she's so cute. She, like all of her.
You know why I know that? Sorry. In Princess Diaries, she gets tied to the chair with a scarf to like practice her her posture.
Yeah.
And she's talking about like, why am I tied to the chair in a Hermes scarf? And what's her name?
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews is Hermes.
Yes.
So I think about that.
It's gonna take me a second to find her,
Uh-huh.
but her bags are gorgeous, and every reel seems to be her being like, "Hey guys, my bags are really high quality. Some of you say they're overpriced, but look at the many hours it takes me to make them, and I have a waiting list, and this is the quality." And she shows you all the steps she does to like hand stitch the leather, and the hardware is spot on and perfect.
That sounds fun.
It makes me want to start doing leather work.
It is something that I always I
was
look at
on
an
your-
Instagram and I'm like, oh, I want to do
Wasn't
that
that-
someday.
Maybe both of you had that on your like
Yeah.
the thing I know I shouldn't buy all the supplies
Yep.
for.
Well, I actually have a rotary cutter for leather. Next time you want, now I don't.
no,
I'm
not
not sure
there
what,
yet.
No.
I don't know how well that works on. It hasn't seemed to cut through my. It'll cut through leather, but not through my self-healing mat so far. So,
That's interesting.
well, you don't want it to go through. I mean, through your self-healing mat. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's one of those things that I would love to get into, but it's like woodworking too. I'm like, I think that would be fun, and I think I would be good at it. But you need so many things, and I don't know where to start. And
Hey,
I'm
that's something we
closer-
could learn on it when we go on our trip.
I'm closer to being the person to offer you things for woodworking.
yeah,
That's true.
So like,
that's more accessible. But
I have a lot of tools. So if there's
I
something,
do not have the space or the time to
well,
be a woodworker.
stop it.
I also have a really
Stop it with the normal thing.
I have a really good friend who lives across town, and she is a woodworker.
Oh, so
So
you can
I
go
could
to her
probably go to
workshop.
her house.
Yeah.
And she would teach me things.
Um,
So you're looking for the name
I'm
of
looking
this
for
person?
her name.
Okay.
Anybody else have any obsessions while I look for this?
Again, it's been recent since we've last recorded, so I'm still playing Pokemon.
Woohoo!
I'm almost finished with the game, James tells me. I don't
Aw.
know how much left
That
there
must
is,
mean you
but
collected them all.
yeah, I was like, what does that mean? So I'm still playing Pokemon, but this past weekend I started reading, which I like to try and do every year, but some years I don't get through it or to it. A Christmas Carol at Christmas
I was
time.
thinking about reading that because I've done
It's
that before.
Extremely short.
Yeah. Oh, Patrick Stewart is doing dramatic reading of it on his Instagram.
That sounds fun.
It's like
Oh, that'd be
once a day
amazing.
he reads a part.
Oh,
so I
it's
was
so fun.
thinking it must be kind of short.
It is. I could tell you because I downloaded it. It's like 100 pages or something. It's very readable. You could get it done before Christmas. I
Very nice.
worked on it a little bit when we were camping, and I think I'm about halfway through. But it's so fun to read because it's very much like Charles Dickens telling you
I
the
told
story.
myself I would not make a second.
So it's like at one point he says like once upon a time. It's like I'm gonna tell you a story now. It's very fun to read.
And a little rat and a little weirdo are telling
Yes,
you the
exactly.
story.
No, whatever.
It's probably more realistic that I'll be watching Muppets Christmas
Yes, I will
Carol.
also be doing that,
Yeah.
and probably watching the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol because that is a good one too.
Oh, I don't know if I've
That
ever
one's
seen
very
that one.
very close to the book.
Okay.
as far as like dialogue and everything. So highly recommend.
There's also a Patrick Stewart one, I think.
Yes, I think there is, and there's that George C. Scott one that's older.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is as accurate to the book, but
I think you would be proud of me.
Okay.
A couple weeks, like maybe a week or two ago, Dante, he always does this. Even though Kevin bought a clock at the beginning of the pandemic that is glow in the dark, and it has the days of the week on the outer rim.
Yeah.
So there's a fourth hand that tells you what day of the week it is.
Oh, that's cool.
That was an early pandemic purchase. So he gets up from his computer. Granted, the clock is behind him. And he says, "What day is this?" And Kevin answers him with the right answer. And I said, "It's Christmas, sir."
it's Christmas Day.
And he says, "Thank you. Mom was the only one who gave me the right answer." Even though it was like November 29th.
Yeah. What day is it? Why it's Christmas Day?
See, you know your family's really connected when you speak the same movie quotes.
Well, I wasn't sure he was going to get it, but I knew it was the right answer. So I was proud of him for knowing I gave the right answer. Okay, her name is Tian King G Handmade. TIANQINGJI_ handmade. So, I am showing you guys this video of her making this gorgeous green bag.
Oh, that's
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
It's all handmade.
Kind of almost like a Birkin bag feel.
Yeah, very much.
Smaller. And she's showing her cutting it
Oh,
out.
man, I want to do
What?
that.
Wait,
And-
what is? How is she doing that?
Carefully.
I want to do that.
How she pre-punches the leather so she can hand stitch the leather.
Wow.
The lining. Look at this hardware.
Holy
As a hardware
guacamole.
fan, look at this.
Wow.
And burnishing the edges.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
So I would love to get on her waiting list if these bags are only a few $100s.
Whoa.
Honestly, I have never wanted to spend that much on a bag, but
That is
Okay, this might be the
incredible.
year that I
Watch
learned to
her.
make leather shoes.
well, I
That's
was thinking about
We
that
say
too.
we still need tools.
Well, because I Can Make Shoes has new heels or something they were advertising recently. I'm like, ooh. But anyway, anytime she's come up in my feed,
fantastic.
I'm like dying.
Okay, I'm following her.
She is
I'll link to her.
so gorgeous.
TINQUING_ or J plus a J.
Yeah.
J. It's got Q's and G's and J's, all the
Yeah.
little swoopy.
Cool. Just double checking my likes here to see if there's anything else that I'm like dying over.
Well, do you have
Yeah.
anything, Karen?
I do. I have two things.
Okay.
One thing that I totally want to get into, like we need another craft, but that won't stop me. But the budget might for a while. First thing that costs nothing is on Netflix, Extraordinary Attorney Woo. And I'm very, very sad that I am on the last episode.
Aww.
It's all Korean. It's Korean drama, and the subtitles are there. But honestly, their voices. She's like this genius prodigy attorney who is also very much on the spectrum, and even how she's raised singly by her father, thinking that her mother was killed. She was not.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But it's got intrigue and romance and backstabbing and loyalty.
I've heard Korean soap operas are the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're everything. It's so good. Extraordinary Attorney Woo, if you can, on Netflix. And then I don't know if you guys have. I know in the pandemic I had friends who were into building miniature rooms and sets and all that kind of thing.
I enjoyed watching people do that.
Until I found something that makes me want to do it.
Tell it.
It's a book nook. So
I've
looks
seen
like.
those. And Lovewell Tea and Coffee has one on their bookcase too.
Who does?
Lovewell Tea and Coffee have a little one on one of their bookcases.
Look at this one.
those
And
are
they light up
wonderful.
and
Yeah.
everything. But I love everything with books, especially if you find an old book with a beautiful cover that's like art. Mm-hmm. And so these look like books that are covered, but where the pages would be, it's all an interior scene of something.
Those are cool.
They have a lot of the Harry Potter stuff, which I'm not as interested in, but what got my first attention was this really pretty Japanese, like or Chinese actually. No, that's Japanese. Yeah, the sakura, Under the Sakura Tree, book nook. And it's all got all these little tiny parts and everything, which I think are fun. We used to build before in the land before having children. We used to build these paper airplanes, but they were made by layers and layers of paper, glued together in certain ways, so that like we did the Wright Flyer, and we did this one, and it actually flew a football field's length.
Wow.
Just by being hand. Some of them are done by hand. Some of them you have to sling them with a rubber band to get them in the air, but they stay in the air pretty well. But
cool.
So we used to do miniature things, but they're on sale for like $90. And so I'm like, well, that's not on the budget yet.
Well, it's a tiny piece of art. So when you are up to spending it, treat yourself.
I think I'll know I'm ready when I actually do the paper flower project that I started years ago. Yeah. So when I break open that and I finish that, then I'll be ready to move on to. So this will be a future project that I'm obsessed with looking at and studying,
So I'm curious, and we could talk about this next time. A check-in from our January conversation of 2022. Oh, because each of us had a thing we wanted to like try to integrate.
I feel like I haven't done any of them, but
I don't even remember those.
Well, yours was the paper flowers.
Yeah, they're still in the box.
I wanted to watercolor more and build my watercolor skills, and you wanted to wear makeup and play with makeup more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
we have to check in about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
Pin in that.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Happy New Year.
Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/stringsandraveled. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, apparently, when you could, spoil your Christmas present.
Or you could just keep it to yourself.
And new classes are out right now, so if you want to take a class from us, go check out our website, stringsandthingsstudio.com.
And if you listen to this as soon as it drops, I think you have...
If you're listening to this the day of, you can get a discount. So make sure you sign up for our newsletter, and you can find a discount code for your classes if you want to sign up.
If you don't like to be rushed, you become a local special.
Yes.
On Patreon.
and
then
use
you get
that
15%
discount
all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year. We'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye.
Strings Unraveled is a production of Strings and Things Studio with Anne Leckervin Cazzoli, Kaity Von Rader-Fraker, and Karin Wilmoth. Recorded and edited by Kaity Von Rader-Fraker. Find us online at stringsandthingsstudio.com or on Facebook or Instagram at Strings and Things Studio. You can email us at stringsandthingsinfo@gmail.com.